OOG Oneshot by T.D. Scott 8. Good was racing through the dark caves. The only light available was that of the glowstone that was hanging down from the high ceiling. There were arrows whizzing by his head, and constant other monsters trying to rip his life away from him. He had to do this. He had to go and get this wool. It was the second to last wool, one of the most difficult to get, the red wool. Good knew if he got this wool, he and BOO would be so close to be able to get home. They've been trapped in this hellish world for months now, forced to face constant trials, each one becoming more and more difficult than the last. Good had been gaining a horde of undead followers while rushing through this particular section. Although he had been lighting it up as he went, the monsters just didn't stop. Eventually, it became too much. Good had to find sanction somewhere. He found a small crevice in the side of a wall. He slipped in and managed to block it off just in time to avoid a marrow making contact with his skull. "God damn it, guy! You can't just sit here hiding. You need to do this. Not just for you, but for Boo as well," Good thought to himself. BOO had been more helpful on this journey than anyone else could have been. Sure, Good did most of the work, but if it wasn't for the moral support from BOO, he probably never have gone insane long ago. Good waited inside the crevice for a long time. He passed the time by cooking up some steak and crafting some more arrows. Once he had sufficient amount of food and gear, he simply waited in there thinking of Boo. He didn't know how long he'd been in there, but eventually the noises from harassing monsters stopped. Good pulled out his sword, and with a bit of courage, peeked out of his hiding spot. There were still some zombies and spiders, but most of the monsters seemed to have left. Good knew all too well that they wouldn't be gone for long. He had to seize this opportunity. Good burst out of the crevice and made a mad dash to where he suspected the wool would be. His suspicions confirmed when he saw the trademark glass and brick that made up every feces box. Good smashed his way through the glass and grabbed a piece of the red wool, which was held inside the small wooden chest. Damn, only one piece. I've got to protect this thing with my life. For Boo. Good ran out of the fleecy box, wool in his pack, and sword in his hand. He slashed through any and everything that got in his way, determined. He was almost back when out of nowhere a small creature bit the back of his leg. Without even thinking, he swung his sword back, stabbing the small creature. "What the fu? Oh, God damn it!" Good quickly realized his mistake he had made. The small creature was none other than a silverfish, and by stabbing it with a sword, all hell is about to break loose. The ground beneath Good's feet began to collapse, and morphing into seas of silverfish. Good had no choice but to run, faster than he had ever ran in his life. Good saw the exit to the cave. However, it was blocked by a row of skeletal archers. "God damn it, I can't make a break today." Good would normally stick back and pick them off one at a time with his bow, but with the silverfish army he had unleashed coming up quickly behind him, he had no other choice than to attack the skeletons head on. Good charged them, and with a blood-curdling scream, slammed his sword into one skull, crushing it. Good lifted his sword up to swing again, but before he could, he was shot in the shoulder. He didn't feel any pain from said arrow, however, due to his mass amount of adrenaline. Good charged again, taking down the last of the skeletons. He then climbed out of the cave, just in time to turn around and see the entrance collapse from the silverfish. "That's what you fuckers get! We're OOG, yes!" Good cried out viciously. Time to head back to his and BOO's makeshift base. Good arrived and threw his pack down on the floor. "I'm home, Boo, and I brought back the red wool too. We'll be out of this hellhole in no time." There was no response, but Good didn't seem to care, almost as if he was used to no response. Good sat down and not so carefully removed the arrow from his shoulder. Shit, that hurt. I'm gonna use this golden apple, Boo. Good once again cried out. Once again, no response. And just like before, Good didn't seem to notice. Good munched down on the golden apple and watched as its medicinal effects quickly stitched up the hole in his shoulder. The pain that was there was now replaced by a cool, numbing effect. Good got up and lay down on the bed, exhausted from the day's work. You know, Boo, I never really tell you how much you truly mean to me. I mean, I realize I'm kind of an asshole a lot, and I'm sorry. But I never really told you that I couldn't be doing this without you. Hell, I'd probably be insane without you here by my side. So thanks, Boo. Thanks for everything. Good rolled over and pecked a kiss on what was not B-double-O, but rather an urn filled with the ashes of the man formerly known as B-double-O. Good night, Boo.